Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Mafia Roundtable. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Dominick Cicale, and we're live. Today, we'll go into my first murder, which was in 1988. And he was a drug dealer, um, looked like a tough guy, dangerous, had a biker type. He was from New Jersey originally. And it's going to be part one. There'll be three parts of this story. And then I'll answer questions at the end for everybody. Now, hopefully, there'll be somebody here reading the questions. If not, I'll I'll read them and then we'll go through it. It'll take a little bit longer, but all good. First off, to start the show, I'd like to thank our sponsor, EG Vodka. We have EG Vodka. You see it in the background as well. 100% organic, gluten free, uh, best thing on the market. We are in 44 states now. You could go online, egvodka.com, and order it. And I noticed because I ordered it, I ordered one bottle, shipping was $14.99. Then I ordered three bottles, shipping was $14.99. So we're going to be working on a subscription basis where we could get that price dropped on the shipping. But people, it's a premium vodka, and we're priced in line with all the other vodkas from Tito's to Grey Goose. They're actually probably priced more than us, but the vodka is excellent, 100% gluten free and organic, and it's American made. So with that, cheers to everybody, and it's good. There's really no bite behind it. Um, Great tasting vodka. So go to egvodka.com, order your vodka today. And then we also have Champagne de Rock. It comes out of Champagne, France. We have the exclusivity on it. So we're the only company. It's under the EG licensing. And that's also great champagne. It'll be in a lot of the nightclubs we're working on. We're working on getting it to distributors in New Jersey and New York. So stay tuned. We'll be in a lot of clubs, nightclubs, and we'll have tastings and everything else behind that. So we'll go into the story. It started in 1987 when I moved down to Florida. I went to Pembroke Pines, got married down there. And I'm just going to skip through fast, give some history on just a scenario that took place. And I went down there. I was bouncing back and forth from New York, bringing guns up to the city. But I really wanted to get out of the life, but it didn't work that way. Get out of the streets, try and make a change. I felt no environment, new change. I wound up meeting a guy, George Kehoe, at a gym in Lighthouse Point that's in Fort Lauderdale, up by Deerfield Beach. And through another guy at the gym, a guy, Roger, who used to train at the gym. I got close with him. So my grandparents used to live in Deerfield Beach. So when I would go down there, I would go to the gym. So I got friendly with a few people. Wound up meeting George, who seemed like a shady guy. He had a Trans Am, biker type dude, maybe about 6'2", maybe weighed about 230. And then as I got to know him, found out he sold cocaine. Also, he liked going to strip clubs. There was a club on Pompano, It was called the Dollhouse. I had a car dealership over there I was involved in. It was Richard Carlos Motors. And we had all Highline cars, but they were older. So a lot of the women used to come to the car dealership and look to pick up cars. We give them on consignment, put down a deposit, weekly payments. It was like a buy here, pay here lot. But the cars were a little bit Highliner, but older. And so I got familiar with a lot of the girls over there. We'd go there for lunch, hang out. And George would frequent the place a lot. So George and I built a relationship. I would get some coke from him, and we'd talk and hang out, party. And it came to a point that when I moved to Pembroke Pines, Florida, I opened up a window company. So I'm at work one day. I come home, and as I open up the door, my wife says, "You have some guests here." I said, "Guests? Who do I have?" So I look in the living room, and Matthew Gillick, who childhood friend. We grew up together. And he was there with another friend of his I never met before, a guy named Booby. And we're talking, Matthew was 21, I was 22, 21, 22. Booby was like 18, 19 years old. So I said, what's up? Glad to see him. Hugged him. I said, how'd you know where I live? He said, Michael told me. Figured that. So I said, what's up? What's going on? He says, Dom, I need a place to stay. We robbed somebody in New York, a Colombian, and we took a kilo of cocaine from them, and they're after us. I'm like, okay, you have money, you have coke, like, no, we sniffed it all, we partied, we sold some, but we have no money, we're broke. I'm like, how'd you get down here? He said, well, Michael lent us the money to come down. Said, come see you. So, of course, I extended the stay. Okay, you could take the front bedroom, you and Booby. Hang out, we'll figure something out. Next day I went to work, I came home. I said, you know what, guys? Let's do this. There's a guy I know in Pompano, lives by Lighthouse Point. He's a drug dealer. We'll go rob him. So what you do is you'll knock on the door. When he comes to the window, because he lived on the upstairs of the duplex they owned, I said, just when he looks out, he'll look out the window when you ring the bell. Just tell him that Roger sent you. And he'll open up the door. And then from there, go in, put the guns to him, take it. They said, okay, good. At that time, I was loaded with weapons, guns. I had from pump shotguns to 9mm, 380s, 45s. So in Florida, it was legal. It still is. All you needed was a license. And at that time, I had no record. So I had a legitimate Florida driver's license. So they say, okay. Now, I drive, and I told them, I said, guys, I'll be down the block. I can't, God forbid, my car's spotted. I don't want him seeing it. That comes back to me, and then I have to kill this guy. Okay, we got you. I says, please don't hurt anybody. Just go in there, get the drop on him. His girl might be there, so just make sure. She's a stripper. The girl was a stripper. So they said, okay. Lo and behold, I dropped them off. I think Matthew had the shotgun. Booby had a pistol. And they go in. I'm not sure if I gave them handcuffs or what they had. They might have just had tape, duct tape. So dropped them off, and I'm waiting. About 15 minutes later, I see them running. They're running to the car. I open up the passenger door for Booby. I reach over, not for Booby, for both of them. They jump in. Boom, we go. I said, the first words out of my mind, anybody get hurt? They said, no. They had to crack him, but they said, no. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got shot. This is what you got. They took a half a key of coke and I think 20,000 or 40,000 in cash. I'm not sure what it was, but it was 20,000 plus in cash. So I said, oh, great score. How did it go? They said, great. He opened up the door. I said, Roger sent us. Opens up the door. We had the drop on him, brought him upstairs. He started whining. He has no money. We cracked him. We're looking. We find the drugs. We find the money. Where was it? It was in the closet, hidden. I said, all right, good. I said, you probably had more, but it was okay. So right away, we split up the money 3 ways. And I said, all right, we'll split the coke up. They said, no, you keep it. We partied a little bit that night, drank, laughed, great score. So I said, guys, tomorrow, go to Fort Lauderdale, go by the Strip, which is nowhere near Pompano. Well, it was near Pompano, but George would never go there. So I said, okay, we'll go by the Strip. And with that, so I said, George might look to come down here. I don't know. Just let's be cautious. Okay. So as they leave, they go. That night, the next night, well, not night, maybe 3 o'clock, I get a call from George. Hey, what's up, pal? He says, Dom, I know it was you. What the fuck are you talking about? He said, I know it was you. Me what? What are you talking about? Just tell me who they are. I'll give you $20,000 so I could kill them. George, what the fuck are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about. You're talking in riddles. Are you drinking? He says, Dom, I got robbed last night and I know it was you. George, are you out of your fucking mind? How you know it's me? Like, why would I do something like that? I'm over here working. You know it's me. I know it's you. I know it's you. Well, what happened, George? They came to the door. They said, Roger sent me. I said, they didn't say Dominic sent you? Like, come on. I know it's you. I know it's you. And then we're going back and forth. George, it's not me. I don't know what you're talking about. So with that, I wound up getting in touch with Matt and Bobby. Said the number to the motel they were staying. I said, guys, this fucking guy's accusing. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. So I says, if you want, come back here. Fuck him at this point. If he comes here, I'll leave him in the street. They said, all right. They come back to the house the next night. So we're hanging out. And then when they came back, I'm like, all right, let's go out. They're like, Dom, we have no money. What do you mean you have no money? We just whacked up $20,000. We had, close to $7,000 a piece. No, we spent it. Where'd you go? We went to a strip club. We were just at, guys, come on. You can't do that. Like, you're on the run. Can't be burning through money like that. But, we were all young and wild, but they were just on another level wild. So, it's all right. They're living in my house every day. We're just watching out. I'm still getting calls from George. George is saying, Dom, I know it was you. I know it was you. And George, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And we're going back and forth. So this one night, we were partying in the house and drinking. And I wound up going to bed with my wife, shut the door. Matthew and Bobby, they're hanging out. Oh, before that, let me back up. Now I find out my window company, my partner, Dennis, he's robbing me. I'm like, well, I got to be the biggest jerk off here. I put up all the money. I'm busting my ass with him. And come to find out he's robbing me. He's keeping money from the jobs because he has to pay his bills. I'm like, we're taking a salary. Like, well, I need the money for the bills and this and that. So now I have a hair up my nose. His cousin sells marijuana. So I tell Matthew and Bobby, get ready. We're going to go rob this motherfucker. Lo and behold, we go rob him. We got really nothing, bullshit money. They tied him up. They actually beat him down with the shotgun. They come out. We leave. Next day, Dennis paid me everything I invested. So, Dom, I don't want to be partners with you. I'm afraid my cousin got robbed. Why are you blaming me? Everybody blamed me. They knew. So, said, okay. Got the money. He says, we don't want any problems. He didn't call the cops. I said, again, I don't know what you're talking about. And we left it at that. So we're joking around, laughing. I'm like, guys, what the fuck? All roads lead back to me, but we'll make some more scores. We'll get on this right. But now I'm happy. I have a team down there. So I know it's called Blanche. And what I had in mind, I'm taking drug dealers, everybody. We're really going. We're going to go to work. I got 2 guys capable, myself. We have a good team, so we'll get some really nice scores, especially back in the actually, this was the 80s, late 80s. It was rocking and rolling down there. So with that, come home, we're partying. So I go to bed. It's about maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock. He said, all right, I'm staying up. We had the big screen TV. At the time, it wasn't like these flat screens. It was a big box. I mean, tall, big screen. So he's watching Scarface. I'm watching it. All of a sudden, I hear boom, 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 boom on my bedroom door. I didn't hear anything. I just hear the banging. I was out cold. I jump up. I'm butt naked, and I had a 9mm right up by my pillow. come out with the 9mm. I hit the door open and I roll and I have the gun out like I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm out of a sleep. I'm half in a grog, still fucked up. All of a sudden, I see Matthew is bleeding. Blood is pumping out of his foot. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I will leave it at that. So that's the end of tonight's story. Tomorrow we'll go into part 2, and we'll go into the lead up of what happened. So everybody out there also, now I want to go into the fact to the kids. Don't think I'm telling these stories now. Now I'm going to go into murder stories. I'm going to go into more violence as we go down the road with this YouTube. I'm not glamorizing it. It was just part of my life back then. And look where it got me. I wound up altogether doing 20 years in prison. So for the kids out there, it's not glamorizing anything. It's not cool that you take somebody's life. Because at the end of the day, watching this man, I guess he had his father there. I saw his father at the sentencing, hysterical. His father was a police officer in New Jersey, retired. And just seeing the families upset, for what? Because I couldn't work. I didn't want to have a job. I thought of a way to kill somebody, take somebody's money. But at the end of the day, he was trying to kill me on 3 different occasions. And I'll go into more of that story too, of what led up to the demise of this guy. But for what? I did him wrong. So it's not glamorizing. It's not nice. I've been with people that they killed their friends, their best friends, childhood friends over money. The streets aren't your friends. It's a dirty game out there. And for all you kids out there, young adults, men, the life is not what it was. It's not glamorous. Yes, you do have some fun. You have that camaraderie with people. But at the end of the day, it's either you wind up with a life sentence in jail, dead, or you become a rat like myself. You decide to cooperate for whatever reason. And I keep it real. There shouldn't be a reason. Even though you could come up with a lot of different reasons, excuses, there are none for doing what you do. So it's a disgusting life at the end of the day. And for everybody say they're the good guys or chalk one up for us, they're not the good guys. People, remember, the mafia, they kill, they extort, they threaten. If you owe them money, they're going to shake you down. They're going to do what they have to do to get their money. So they're a cancer. The mob is a cancer. Everybody in the street's a cancer, the street thugs. And just look at the life. It's disgusting. It really is. But with that, I have a lot of stories to tell. I'm going to come on YouTube more frequently, do the lives. Tomorrow we'll do another one. We'll follow up with part 2. I'm not sure what time. It might be in the morning. So everybody in the chat, when I look at it tonight later on, so I'm up at 3 a.m. I start looking at the chats. If give me the times you prefer, 6 o'clock or 8 a.m. This way I'll accommodate the listeners. 8 a.m. is good for me. It's after my workout, so it's morning, and I drink my orange juice, not my EG vodka. But I have nobody here right now. They have things to do, so I'll answer some questions. I see SEK, $100 donation, or 100. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but thank you for the donation. It's greatly appreciated. Dom, you're going to speak about Gene manhandling his girlfriend. Listen, what's that? Otoro? All you've been doing is saying negative things, nasty, call me a rat. That's all good. Gene didn't put his hands on his girlfriend. So, but you could ask him. He's supposed to come on Friday. I'm not sure, but you could ask him. So it seems like you're one of these gangster warriors on this internet, keyboard behind the keyboard. You want to call rat, piece of shit. It's all good. It's all good. I take it, like this. To me, is what it is. You're entitled to your opinion, though, but please keep it a little bit respectful. You don't have to be stupid with your comments. Thank you. 8 p.m., please. Thanks. Okay. And that's from Joseph. Let me see. Oh, these are going fast, so people, let's see. He's a keyboard mafia punk, James Haynes, keyboard mafia. Yeah, but people are entitled to their opinion. They could be respectful about it. Yeah, because I always says I ratted. I'm cool with that. So Dom Cicale, do you guys in the crime family call the boss the Don, Godfather? Please answer. Well, with Joe Messino, we just like this tugged on the ear. He was known as the ear. A lot of people say the boss, the chief. Actually, Bruno and Vinny used to call him Slim Shady. Uh, you know, so, but yeah, there's all different names. Johnny Ramsey, Dom. Hey Dom, you need to watch. Sponsor, you have good taste in watches. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yes, like my watches just the way I like my vodka. So, thank you for that. Let me see. Cool. Dom, did you have a nickname on the street? Yes, I did. When I was a kid, and this goes back to my friends that nobody knows this. Well, not that many people. There was 3 Doms in our group. So they would call me Dondi. And I hated it. I hated it as a kid, but that was it. Later on, Vinny and Bruno, it was either Big Dom or Jethro, because there was one time, and I'll tell everybody the story. We're by a park in the Pelham Bay section of the Bronx, Waterbury Park. We're there talking. It's Bruno, Vinny, and myself. And summer evening, it's maybe about 8:30 at night. No, it's a little bit later because it was dark. It's maybe about 9:30 at night. And we're talking by the side of the park. And Vinny said something. So I pushed him. Like I pushed him on the shoulder. I said, get the fuck out of here. So he said, Bo, do it again. I did it again. One more time, I'm going to fuck you up. I hit him again. Comes at me, trying to grab me. And I just scooped him up. I picked him up in the air. Put him down. You want to try it again? Listen, Vinny's resolve was crazy. It was about 30 times. He kept on coming at me. And I said, Bo, you can't fuck with me. You're too light in the ass. And at the time, he weighed maybe about 205. I'm weighing 230. But I just kept on snatching him, putting him in the air. And Bruno's like, Bo, he's Jethro. You can't fuck with him. He's too strong. He has that natural strength. And it was funny. Vinny tried so hard the last few times. He wound up hurting his back, and he kept on coming. That's just Vinny. He can't lose. I said, Bo, come on. Don't stop, please. And he was hysterical laughing, but turning red. It was good sport. That's why I had so many good times with him. Great guy. So let's go into another one. Gene beat up his ex-girlfriend, did time, and the story. Okay. Gene will be on, and actually his girlfriend might be here, so I never put his hands on her. Never put his hands on her. He might have kicked down a door, broke a door, but he never put his hands on her. How many of your childhood friends grew up to be an NYP? Actually, there was two. One I found out later, Frank Frangelo, became a cop. He was never doing anything illegal, though. He went St. Teresa's, same grammar school, and I think St. Raymond's. And there was another guy, and he used to party with us. We used to love it. He'd be in the car because now we're driving around doing coke, drinking. We had a cop next to us, so if we got stopped, he's going to flash his badge. So it was crazy. And he was sniffing, too, at the time. But 2 people. Let me see. Ex-girlfriend. Can we ask Gene? Well, that went by too quick. Can you ask Gene? You can ask Gene whatever you want, whoever said that. Let's see. John Wolf. Roy liked the Quinn papers for his VIN numbers need. I have no idea what you're talking about. Did you feel the coke ruined you at the time? This is from O'Sullivan. Nah, I was just partying, just in the life. Listen, 90% of the people are partying in that life. You're staying out to 4 or 5 in the morning, sometimes all night. It's just is what it is. But as a youngster, got it out of my system, and I had a great time. I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs, and you'd be surprised. Giovanni, Dom, did you ever smoke yours? That went by too quick. Sorry about that. Benny Bronx. Hey, Dom, how are you? I'm doing great. The most violent boss in your day, I would say gas pipe. Lil Vic and Gas Pipe. They were the two most violent, most dangerous, I would say, definitely by far. Roy DeMeo used Quinn Papers from John. I don't know anything about that. Sorry. Let's see. Chris, hey Dom, I love these lives. Thank you, and I enjoy them too. Foxwood stories yesterday you mentioned. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, one night Foxwoods. We go to Foxwoods, Vinny and I, and I'm going to tell another story because I'm waiting for somebody to come tell me read these things. We're in Fox. We go to Foxwood. Vinny, Dean Justice, excuse me. Thank you for your donation. Hey, Dom, whatever happened to your Corvette? Did Vinny ever wreck it? No, Vinny never wrecked the Corvette. I have no idea. I have no idea. When I got arrested, I know my boy, crazy ass Greg Hill, was taking it, driving around the neighborhood. That was my son's mother. Gave the car to him. I had about 5, 6 cars. Who knows what the hell she did with them? Gave them out to everybody, and then payments would due. So they probably got repoed, but I have no idea what happened to the vet. But back to the Vinny story. We're heading to Foxwoods, and this one night he said, "Dom, how much cash you have on you?" I had maybe about 30,000 in cash. I had a credit line there for I think 125 or 150. So he says, "All right, that's good." We go in, we're gambling. We have 2 suites up there. As soon as we walked in, there was massive fish platters. I mean, 3-tier fish with lobster, shrimp, everything there. Bottles of liquor. So I'm eating a shrimp before we go down. All right, so we go down. In 45 minutes, done. Vinny blew everything. I'm like, fuck, I'm sick, I'm pissed. And we had a limo bring us up there too from Foxwoods. So he's like, Bo, let's go. I'm like, let's just hang out. Go up there. No, let's go. Okay. Wait a minute. I go upstairs to the room. They had like the champagne, the Dom Perignon, taking the bottles. I'm like, fuck this. We just blew $180,000. I'm getting something out of it. Couldn't take the fish, walk out with that. If I could have, I would have walked out with all the fish. But went in the limo back, and I was just shaking my head. He said, Bo, don't worry. We'll get it back. Yeah. So there's more Foxwoods stories, too. To me, Foxwoods was dreary, not like going back in the day. It wasn't like going to a nice casino. I mean, for some reason, the people there, it just wasn't like you go. I've never been to Vegas. They wouldn't allow me in Vegas the time I wanted to go. Let me back up. Ryan Brown, thank you for your donation. Petey Pasta allegedly was a Bonanno associate, owned the restaurant in Long Island. I've heard of Petey, don't know him. His father was a Genovese guy. I heard about him. I think I might have met him one time, but no interactions with Petey Pasta. So back to with Vinny. It's like, Bo, don't worry about it. Don't worry. But in Foxwoods, I was like, I would go there. Not like AC. I tried going to Vegas with my boy Peter Serpico, legitimate guy, big construction company. He says, Dom, they're having a building convention. He's actually the one who walked me into the bank to start me with the construction. And there's a building convention. I asked my probation officer. He said, it's all right. I told him, listen, it's a convention. I'm going there. They had to report me to Vegas. Vegas denied me. They said, we don't want anybody organized crime. And I wasn't labeled at that time organized crime. They denied me. I was like, son of a bitch. Anyway, you go to Atlantic City. I've been to casinos down in Florida, the Hard Rock. Women are gorgeous, gorgeous. Foxwoods, back in the day, they weren't gorgeous. So I was like, this is a dreary, I just didn't have a good feeling when you walk in. When you walk into a casino, you see the cocktail waitresses, they're like hot. You're like, wow, you're going to have a good time. But it was different, totally different. Let's see. Well, who do we have? Gene Barello, we have something? No. Let's see. Guys, sorry. Foxwoods Casino. Did you ever deal with Dominic? What Manoli? No, no, I didn't. John Wolf. Dom. Did you go on? No, didn't go on a show. So who's Tommy Lucchese? Lucchese. I have no idea. This is from at Max X. Hold on. Gene better watch his temper down in Florida. Stand your ground state. Absolutely, you're right. 1,000% right. He better watch his ass. But he also better watch for law enforcement because it is no joke. It's definitely no joke down here. Go remember Vash Pelham. Shoot. Let me see. Oh, I could scroll down. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't know I could scroll down to see these. Okay. No better. I'm new to this, so please. I apologize. I know I'm going to hear slack from people. Oh, Bobo, come. Did you remember Vivian's in Pelham Bay and the after hours on Bureau Avenue underneath Pilgrim Farm? Wow, I didn't know that. That had to be after me, the after hours on Bureau Avenue. Oh, that was back in the day, if I recall. Vivian's, yes. We used to go there. Vinny had his Joker poker machines in Vivian's. I think Vinny and somebody else who's active still out there, and I'm not going to mention their name. They were partners on that location. Bureau Avenue, that I think on the Pilgrim's Pharmacy was before my time. I was younger then. Let's see. Did you think? Oh, this is from Gambino. What did you think about John Panini's podcast on Michael Knowles being shelved or whacked? I guess shoved or whacked. It's shelved or whacked. He doesn't know. I'm not going to say, listen, you're not going to take a boss off because a boss may move. Yes, that was a rat move, him sending out a letter. But who the fuck is Maddie Madonna? Maddie's right, though. That was a rat move. But Maddie to me was a jerk off. Stand up guy, not a rat, but jerk off because Maddie never killed anybody himself. Maddie always hired somebody. He tried killing Sally Larker Sr., paid a black guy to go into a candy store to kill him. Just like with Michael Melnish, got a black guy involved to kill him. Maddie's not one to lead by example. Maddie's all mouth. I didn't care for Maddie too much, and Maddie was close with my family. Very, very sharp guy, very intelligent, scholar sharp. But I didn't care for him. What Michael did was a scumbag move. But you know what? Michael always does scumbag moves. He went with Joey Lobrano's wife. Why didn't Joey Lobrano look to kill him or baseball bat him? That's what I would have did. I don't give a fuck who you are. He has a green light to do that too because it's his wife. By laws of the mafia, he could do that. So it's just all bullshit. The whole life is fucking smoke and mirrors. But there are dangerous guys out there, so you do have to be careful. This is from Philly Bob. Dom, what was your biggest regret? My biggest regret was getting involved in the streets and the mafia. That was my biggest regret. I think I would have succeeded in anything I put my head to. And that's it. Under Vinny Gorgeous. Oh, my biggest regret under Vinny Gorgeous? Nah. I had a lot of fun with Vinny. And I just don't understand it because Vinny was extremely cautious. We weren't on, well, he was on 2 wiretaps. One in prison, which to me, that's a setup. That's a setup. They put Joe Messino on his case while Joe Messino's cooperating, going to co-defendant meetings. Come on. That part is dirty. That's where Vinny should get a new trial. You just don't do that. Like that. That's you're putting an informant. That's an enemy into your camp. And Joe was pulling the strings too. Joe played the government. Joe played everybody with that one. I'm sorry. Vinny definitely deserves a new trial with that. We got another $5 from David Z. Hey Dom, did the Bonanno family have cops on the payroll? Did we have cops? No, but not that I know of. We had certain law enforcement. We asked questions, but didn't have to pay them anything. They were just friends. Messino is dead now. Yes, he is. Messino died September 14th. Let me go back. From William from Brooklyn. You're the one that keeps it real, Mr. Don. I try to. I make mistakes, though. I make mistakes. When I made the mistake about Molino, he made a good point that he has a different story than what happened with Chris Pacello. And I gave him props. I said, there are three sides to a story. There's Joe's, Chris, and in the middle you'll find the truth. So gave him props with that. So I'm not always going to get it right. Who else we have here? Guy P. What's up, Dom? You have to go to Cafe Italia, Middletown Road. I have to deal with Lenny. Shit, the old place in 19. Yes, I went to Cafe Italia. Lenny, I did not like. Did not like Lenny. I tolerated him. And there was one time that I think I did the story. Guy Mark Stagg, who was around me, they went into him to shake him down. Mark owed somebody around them, I think $20,000 or $15,000 or $20,000. They wanted $50,000. Mark said okay out of fear. When I saw Mark, I said, no, write me the check for 15 or 20, whatever it was. And that's it. That's all you're paying, what you owed. And when I stepped to them, I had Big Jimmy McManus with me, my Irish thug, who I miss a lot. You know, if you're listening, Jimmy, much love to you. Always did love you. And we had a lot of fun together. But Jimmy came with me, went in there, and it was Nikki, Alex, and Lenny was there. And we're going back and forth, and they're telling me, well, Mark agreed to. I said, listen, Mark's with me. You scared the shit out of him. You walked in, guys. Look at you fucking guys. You're giants. Like, really? Like, I'm making joke of it. Mark's supposed to come to me and tell me, and I'm letting you know he's with me. He's been with me. You know, we did this project. We did that project. He bought into that project. And with that, I hand him the check. Lenny hands it back to me. And Nikki knew me because I had the altercation with Nikki's guy in the club where I went at him. And so I'm saying, you're not taking this check. No, we're going to get out $50,000. Okay. Let me tell you something. You go near him, we're no longer friends. The next time you see me, it's going to be on. That's all I'm telling you. You're threatening us? No, I'm letting you know. This is a promise. So I said, you're not going to, this is the last time you're not taking this fucking check. And Jimmy's standing right by me. And I go like this. After I went to extend it, he's not taking it. And I go and I'm ready to rip it. Nikki comes over, swipes it out of my hand. He said, Dom, give me the check. Walked to the back, spoke to him, came back. Then he says, okay, you got it. You're right. My bad. We're taking the check. I said, all right, let's have a drink now. Now we're okay. Started lightening up. But when I left there, I'm like, this motherfucker. The words for him, to me, is just a stone cold punk. I heard in jail he pays people to beat other people up. To me, that's a punk. Like, if you have an issue, do it yourself. Do it yourself. If you're a man, do it yourself. And I love Nikki, Alex, Rudai. Great guys. Balls of steel. Lenny was just all that yap. He wants to, talk the talk, but not walk the walk. So let's see. Cafe Italia. Let's see who else we have. Okay. Bill Williamson. That girl Sammy had on his podcast yesterday was hot. If it was Anna, yes, she's an attractive woman. Yes, she is. And she loves Sammy. They all do. All the girls love him. He's different with the women, but that's Sammy. Jean Borello's new girlfriend. Okay, she's super hot, very attractive woman. She is. No, let's see. Big chick. Let's see. Dom was with Vinny B in June of 2006 in MCC. He told me he hated Joe for what he did to you. He told me he hated Joe for what he did to you. Broke his heart. Fact was, Alex and Nikki, too, were with Vinny. Yeah, you know what, Chicky? It broke Vinny's heart with Joe, and then when I cooperated, I know it destroyed him. That's how close we were. And again, till this day, I know he'll look to kill me. Um, if he was home, but it's all good, do what you have to do. I'm not running, not hiding. But I know at the end of the day, he can't say he doesn't still love me. We just had too many good times together. We were so close. And I just wound up doing what I had to do, and that was it. Make no excuses for it. I took the easy way out. So hopefully he'll get a new trial, see some light eventually one of these days. Dom, did you ever know Captain Stevie Korea? No, I knew of him. I never met him. Never had the opportunity. I heard a lot of good things about Stevie. Never had the opportunity to meet him. From Kevin LeBrock, Sammy is a clown. I wouldn't call him a clown. Yeah, it's certain things. He's just, to me, I don't like what he did with me. But, I'm over it now. But to me, he's just a piece of shit. So, just over bullshit money. Like, really, wants to control things. He's no longer a boss. He's no longer in the crime family. So, is what it is. B. Williamson. He has a fish. I heard that was the biggest family. The Genovese, yeah, they probably are the biggest family. Nate, Dom, kind of off topic, but since you like to rap, what do you think about Keefe D being arrested for the Tupac murder and your thoughts? Wow. I don't know. After all those years to finally arrest somebody, but then again, I heard I was watching TMZ with Suge Knight that they were speaking to him. Suge Knight says, "I don't know, wasn't him. He won't testify." So Suge Knight could clear them up real easy. All he has to do is say, testify, wasn't those guys. I saw the shooter and it wasn't them. And keep it at that. There's another donation, $4.99. Thank you, D. Just says D. I don't know what this, but thank you for the donation. Hey, Dom, you do any business in Canada? Yes, we did business in Canada. Vinny and Bruno were getting marijuana, sent down ecstasy pills, sent down. At one time, they had maybe 500,000 ecstasy pills. They were in packages of 10,000. And, it was heavy. They had duffel bags of the pills. And the marijuana, when I met Vinny and Bruno, they were dry with the marijuana, but they had brought hundreds and hundreds of pounds of that. But the ecstasy pills they still had. They couldn't push them. I started pushing them for them. So I started getting rid of them through the Albanians. And they were gobbling them up. So that was good. It was a good earn for me. Now get Roy Munson, now get Biggie's killer. Listen, the guy's innocent until proven guilty, so we have to see what facts. So, just because they arrest somebody doesn't mean they're guilty. That's for sure. And I know that. Mark Taco, you should give Sammy a hiding. He thinks he's hardcore, 19 murders. Yeah, Sammy was not suicidal. He was a serial killer. And from what I heard, he ordered everybody to kill people, which is even easier. But you're in that position. He killed a lot of people that didn't deserve to be killed over money, taking their stuff. So that's what a serial killer does. So, but I guess he had that Napoleon complex, and Sammy was, I guess he had the complex so bad he started taking steroids, I heard too. And I know this from other people on the street when he was boxing at Gleason's. So, but to each his own. Story Tommy Karate. I don't know any stories with Tommy Karate. It was before my time. I never met him in the prison system. But I heard he was dangerous. Also did like to do his coke. I know he was scared shit of Bruno. Looked up to Bruno, Anthony and Delicato. Cornbread, thank you for your donation. Appreciate it. What else? Taco, you're sending your vodka to New Zealand. Oh, yes. Eventually, we're working on it. We actually might have a massive deal in Jamaica. So we're trying to get Busta Rhymes to sponsor us. We have a strong connection in Jamaica. They'll be pushing it. We'll be announcing it. Gave them a case. They're already going to taste it, try it. Excellent vodka. Go online, egvodka.com. Order your vodka, 44 states. Guys, if you order one bottle or 3 bottles, same price in shipping. So you better off ordering the 3 bottles. It brings the shipping cost down for you per bottle, and it's worth it. It's well worth it. Told you the vodka sauce. You damn right it's sauce. Smooth. Zero burn. That's what people in the bars, I mean, when I'm drinking and they try it, they're like, oh my God, how do I buy it? That's how good this thing is. Once you taste it, you're hooked. There's zero burn. Dom isn't drink or drunk. No, but I am drinking. See? Here's my bottle. Here's my glass. And it's all good. We're having fun tonight. Let's see. Who do we have? Fish. Bull Sammy is sitting next to John. Okay. I don't think so. That would never happen. Let's see. This was a long one. Ronnie Giolano. Hey, Dom, did you ever know a deal with Ronnie Giolano, Jerry, and Vinny Asaro? Yes. And Vinny B. Actually, Vinny Asaro was shelved when we were out there, my tenure. Jerry Asaro was my partner with his acting captain, Jack, and Vinny and myself in a sports betting operation that we had the office in Costa Rica. Massive operation. I mean, we had one bettor who bet $5 to $7 million on a weekend on football season. We did well with him. Baseball season, we got crippled with him. And then we had maybe about 120 customers. So, that book, we had a massive book though. And I love Jerry. Great guy, good guy. I like him. Stand up. The father, I never got an opportunity to meet. But from what Gene tells me, Gene was close with Vinny Asaro. He was just a wild man, uncontrollable. And that wasn't my style. I was basically controllable, and we just didn't do things to bully people. Did you deal with Gino Gillespie? Yes, I did. Gino was actually in my crew. Gino, I smacked the shit, not smacked the shit out of, I cracked him. See, being defiant, Vinny had told me if Gino is defiant, I had Louis Electric with me. He was an acting captain. We were in the bathroom, and Gino was looking at me, wasn't answering me. And I gave Gino one last warning, third warning, still didn't answer me. And I hit him with a 2-piece. He went into the urinal, and I started fucking him up. Louis pulled me off of him. Got up bloodied. He's, very apologetic, and I'm sorry. I said, Gino, you could, it was either me doing this and I was giving the okay, or you get killed or shelved. We're not going to shelf you because that's what you want. If you live in Staten Island, we don't have daily access to you. So it was either that killed or this. So, you're lucky. He was very apologetic. After that, he humbled himself. Gene is a liar, bro. Okay, you're talking about Gene Borello. All right. The same guy, stop hating on him. Damn, fuck. And his girlfriend, were you jealous? He has a pretty girl. Guy's doing, give the guy a shot. Can you name some highly understandable and heard psychopaths in the 90s? Psychopaths in the 90s. Oh, let's see. Vinny Basciano. You look at him, very personable, but the guy acted. I mean, doesn't sleep on anything. You know, he he was the real deal, definitely all day long, and quick to pull that trigger. All right, guys, we're gonna take maybe three more questions, and then I gotta wrap it up. The captain you chased, if you hit him, was it a death sentence? Even with Vinny right there, absolutely not. Guy called me a rat. It came out of his mouth, and I'm doing what. Just think of it this way: I'm in the streets my whole life. My life is always on the line. Even I'm not a made guy. My life is always on the line. My reputation. If it gets out, somebody puts a label on me as a rat, and I'm dealing drugs. I'm selling it. Now they think I'm a rat. That I'm setting them up. I could get killed. I could get killed. That's a death sentence for me. So if I don't act, I'm a rat. It should never come out of a made guy's mouth unless they have the paperwork or they have the proof. That should never be. So yes, I win that all day long, and Vinny would have had my back 1,000%. So Dominic's a man. Who's going to begrudge me that? When you look at it, when you put it in that content, the guy's putting my life on the line every day by calling me a rat, and it's not true. And I just came home from doing murder bid, 17 months, and a 10-year bid. It's like, you fucking kidding me? You call me a rat? No, I win that all day long. And if not, fuck it. We strap up and I do what I have to do. Vinny would definitely tip me off. Dom, they're going to kill you. Okay, fuck it. Let's go. Just the way Sammy and John Gotti took out Paul. Anybody could get killed in that life. So trust me. And I had guys behind me that would rock and roll. So it is what it is. So, and I wasn't too worried about the Lucchese crime family anyway, because to me, what Joey Labrato did, let his girl go, like the what's his name, Joey Gambino, the Albanian slapped him. He was a Lucchese soldier, slapped him, threw him out of his club. They didn't do anything. So you're gonna fuck with me? I don't think so. And then especially with Vinny. And then also I had my ace in the hole, Big Ernie. He would never let anything happen to me. That's for sure. That you can bank on. I had too much power. Cornbread. Who's the biggest family? Who's the biggest family by blood in the Bonanno? The biggest family. I don't know what you mean by that. If you mean group, well, you have a lot of fathers and sons. Who is the most powerful? Well, it was obviously Joe Messino because he had everybody's ticket. And, as far as real deal, I say Vinny by far. He was the most dangerous. Just everybody else was more subdued. They're just into themselves. Not saying they won't kill. There's all killers. But Vinny was just treacherous. Vinny had over a dozen bodies. And he pulled the trigger on every one of them. So we'll go into that later on. That was just him talking to me, going over it. And Vinny just, he was the real deal by far. By far. Hey, Dom, let's see. You still love Vinny, don't you? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a lot of love for the guy. It was all business what I did, nothing personal, business. Dom, did you ever bananas of a Fed's undercover cop? You know what? I used to go to Pretty Woman's with that Garcia, the cop over there that infiltrated Fat Pete. I'll tell you stories about that. Myself, Jimmy McManus. Oh, I controlled Pretty Woman's. We used to go in, and it wasn't with me, that place. Let's get that straight. But when I walked in there, and I'll go into stories with that, with the girl. I did whatever I wanted in that place. I had a blast. But I wasn't into gambling, so nobody could lure me in that way to bet, to sit down at card games. And I met Jack a few times. I just didn't like his look, his demeanor. I just had a bad feeling, so I kept my distance with him. Assaros have the most blood in the family. Oh, you're talking about that? Yeah. Yeah, but you have the Camaranos too. There's other people. So the Navarro brothers. So they're not that caliber. So yeah, Saros have the biggest name right now, and the Camarano, but the father's passed. Let's see. Yeah, the Mafia isn't what it once was. Absolutely, it's not what it once was, but there's still guys out there that'll kill you. That's for sure. And as the years go on, people are coming out of jail. Ace will be coming home in I think 2030. There's another 7 years, 6.5 years. Hope he gets his act together. You have Anthony Delicato, Bruno's home, Anthony Donato's home. You have a lot of formidable people out there, but hopefully they see it's life is not what it once was. You're right, but there are still killers out there. Big Dom talk about all the 5 families. We'll go into that later on. Please bring Maddie back to read the questions. I know Maddie left me, so here. That's why I could drink. I could have a good time tonight. I'm going out. We're partying. Anybody want to join me? We'll go. She'll be back soon. Hopefully, someday. They're not the strongest in the family. I'm gonna answer one more question, and we're gonna wrap it up. My favorite food. I love when I was in Italy. All I ordered was garlic and oil, aglio olio. Love it, love it. You put some hot cherry peppers in it. Nice Italian bread. Oh, that's one of my favorite dishes. And everybody's saying, "Why are you eating it? Why?" I'm in the motherland. That's what I want. And everybody made it different, but it was good. Um, Did you ever work in Ozone Park? No. Please tell us a story that you were looking for someone and you got in touch with Tough Tony. We'll go into that later on with the Tough Tony story. When Vinny first met him, there was an incident. He came down right away. Great guy. Vio Guzzo's coming out in a few years. Yes, he is, but it's not the Wild Wild West anymore, so he has to watch out. Oh, Will Moses, the truth. Let's see. Let me see. This shit's going by quick. The other stuff, years, Napoleon now. One more question, guys. Let me look. Damn, sorry your lady left me. Yeah, she left me. What the heck? She left me for a few hours. Couldn't take me. I'm a pain in the ass. Kind of waiting. Blow the top of my head off. Okay, glad. Glad, Joe. You're waiting. Oh, I got 18,000 subs. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even know that. So everybody, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. Tomorrow, I'll be on tomorrow evening or morning. I might do the morning. I'll do the morning show, part 2 of the George Kehoe plot. So 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll be live again. Everybody, go to egvodka.com, buy your vodka, try it. You'll love it. Excellent vodka. And want to wish everybody good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy it. And until then, see you tomorrow. Peace out.